What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I asked you guys on Instagram what type of video you wanted to see today because obviously there's a million fun videos that Derek and I could make, but we do have a more serious topic that we've been discussing between each other for a couple weeks now, and I think that it would be really cool to share that on here because it's more of just a raw, real conversation that we have to have anyways. I'm sure that there's so many people that feel the same way as Derek does and I do, and I just think that it could help a lot of people. So Derek doesn't know the video we're making. He doesn't know the questions that I have for him tonight or the things that we're going to be discussing, but he's wanted to discuss things. He's wanted to discuss this. So we're actually at the gym right now. We're going to work out, and once we get home, get the kids to bed, we're going to sit down and have a serious conversation. Yeah. You guys get to be a part of it. Anytime Derek's feeling off, I feel off, and that's kind of been what's been happening lately. I think something's missing. I don't know what it is. But I'm not going to speak for him, so I'm just going to wait till he's here and he can explain himself.
What's up, Party fam? We are here to just have a conversation between me and Ashley on how a male feels when he becomes a father. This is not for everyone. This is for a lot of fathers out there.
Mostly parents, mostly dads, but
you can share this with your wives and have an open conversation about this, because it's a hard conversation to have for other people to understand.
that's what I was gonna say.
Does
I
that make
think
sense?
women would be able to benefit from this just to understand better
Yes.
where their man's coming from.
Right. Let's first off start by saying honesty is key.
And it has to be like extreme honesty, not like putting things in a certain way to make them nicer or to make them sound different or like you're playing a game. Like it has to be straight up, this is exactly how I feel, this is why, like the full story. You gotta have the full picture type of thing.
But the conversation is not ready until both parties are mature and ready to be honest and open with each other.
Okay, so we're going to mostly let Derek be doing the talking today, but I'm going to kind of facilitate the discussion. And this is a pretty new conversation that we had just recently together, so we still have a lot to figure out.
We do.
I really don't know where this is going to go tonight.
We are in the early stages.
This is like our first formal.
Right. We're actually bringing everybody along raw
Yeah.
in the discussion.
This is about what it feels like to become a dad and the many stages that you go through, and who knows, maybe Derek is in just a phase. I think that just as your children go through different phases of life, so do parents. So we feel this way now, but we might not feel this way in 2 years. We don't know what the future holds. This is just how we are now.
I also think that parents thrive at different stages of kids. Like right now I have a hard time thriving because Riker's a little too young to be able for me to throw a football at him and him catch it without it hitting his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is about how dads feel once they become dads. So it's kind of a conversation about losing yourself when you become a parent. But today's gonna be obviously more about Derek because I'm not really feeling this way right now. Mostly just Derek is. So let's just start at the beginning.
Before men have kids, we have our schedule. We have our everything that we love to do. You know, I was fishing all the time. I was playing football, Friday night lights, the practices, the workouts, just constant doing something that I love to do. Baseball all the time, traveling. It was just constant exploring and adventuring and doing all these cool things, awesome things that men love to do.
Okay, so then we had our first kid, and how did it change after your first kid?
Things start changing a lot where it's harder for you to hang out with your friends. It's harder to go out and do the things that you enjoy doing.
I think it's more than just a part of your life. I think every single thing in your life now revolves around this new baby.
Right.
So that's like your first smack in the face, like, whoa, this is parenthood, this is fatherhood.
Right.
I have
And-
different responsibilities.
But also, even though it's a smack in the face and you're like, holy crap, like everything just changed, you don't have time to think about what all
you've lost.
changed, what you've lost, and how to get a hold of that again. All you have time for is, how am I going to be the best father I can be?
Yeah.
Because now I am a dad, a new dad, and you have to figure that out.
The first few years are like
Everything.
honeymoon phase.
Right. It's like year 2 of honeymoon phase where you're figuring it out. You know, you're getting that good job. You know, you're working towards it so you can support the family, and you're doing anything and everything the wife asks because you're helping her, and you're a father. Like, it's like a status.
It's awesome,
like you're
yeah.
superhero.
It's your new passion.
Right.
Your newfound passion.
It's and it just, as soon as you become that father, that's when things start slipping.
Then we have baby number 2. A lot of people say, I don't know if people say 1 to 2 is hard or 0 to 1 is harder. I think 1 to 2 was pretty hard. I think it was tough.
Yeah.
Time-wise, adding a second baby, a whole new schedule with a toddler, it was like double time.
Right.
I think there was a time when we had both kids and you were pursuing some of your passions.
There was a point in my life, it was when I was going back to school to become a firefighter, where I found a really cool group of guys, and the only reason why is because I was striving for a better job for the family. But with that came a good set of friends, but we didn't really hang out like
But it kind of felt that way when we were together.
we hung out to study. Of course it felt like we were hanging out because we were just a bunch of dudes, you know, having fun. But
Yeah. So maybe that's what you've lost, is just like community with other people.
definitely.
Maybe that's just one of the things, or is that like the thing?
It's one big thing that guys have, you know, when you're in high school and growing up, especially with sports, is you have that community, you have that friend group, those guys you can always count on. When you become father, it just kind of stops. Like, it's not the woman's fault, it's just the situation that the man is in, because, you know, you just have to grow up so fast and you get rid of everything that you enjoyed before to become a father. Fatherhood takes over everything else except for work and being a husband.
I feel lost still. I don't even know where to
How do you
go
feel
from
lost?
here. No, I understand everything. Where do we go from here? You don't have time, you don't have time. I'm just speaking like rhetorically so that we can help find an answer.
And then the time issue, the way you can fix that is maybe finding a different job that doesn't take up most of your day.
Right, and that brings me back. Let's take a step backwards. Like we said, we had the 2 kids, and you were doing great as far as community and having time for your own family. We chose to take up additional responsibilities and jobs that really tied us up. So we started sharing on social media. This is what we're doing right now on a Wednesday night. We're losing time to ourselves because we're choosing to do this. Not that we don't like doing it. We like doing it. I love doing it. You like doing it too?
I enjoy it. I think this is a passion of yours.
Yes.
You love doing
That's why
this.
I'm not in your position, because
Right.
I do have this side
I
passion.
wouldn't say that social media is like a huge passion of mine. Maybe it is, and I just haven't found it yet. I'm not posting and doing all that stuff and then getting, you know, the satisfaction or touching
The
people's
hard work
hearts and
feeling,
stuff.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I totally get
like,
that.
Yeah, and so I don't get that. So I feel like I'm not really passionate about it because I'm not getting full effect, whereas you're getting full effect.
We left Kansas to RV, so then we left our community, or like people that we already knew.
Oh, Sissy's awake.
Okay, pause. Let's just start with our plan moving forward. We've become so like hyper focused on what can we do to benefit our children, but kind of lost like what can we do to benefit just ourselves and like our health, our mental health, and all that stuff.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing now as parents. Like, you've got to have a schedule. You can't just be upset like, oh yeah, on Saturday I wanted to go do this, but I didn't. Like, you got to write that stuff in your planner so that the whole family knows that that's what you're going to do.
I'm getting tired. I keep yawning. The goal of this conversation was to kind of expose, a man's feelings. Maybe show awareness. It could lead to bigger, worse things,
Yeah, I think it's definitely good to
causing issues
talk about it.
in families and.
So, do you think that this is something that's just temporary, like for the next few months, and it would go away? Or if there's not something that you do to change, it'll never go away?
No, I don't think it's something that's just gonna go away.
Because I was wondering, you said Riker, both kids are at a tough age where you just feel like you're just taking care of them or always solving an issue for them. But maybe if Riker or Presley were a bit older, it wouldn't feel so much like always solving an issue or dealing with so much tantrums or this and that. Maybe it would feel more like living life because, you can go play baseball with Riker. Riker starts baseball in a few weeks.
Yes,
that makes sense. So it would get better.
I agree. At some point, it probably will get better because I can do more fun things rather than,
It's stressful.
Yeah.
These are hard ages.
It's very hard
4
ages.
and 2.
You have to
very
play.
Hard ages.
For Riker, you have to play exactly the way he wants to play.
He's a tricky little fella.
If you do something wrong, you're in trouble, and he gets emotional, and
but I think
it's difficult.
There's just a lot of factors at play that's causing the way you're feeling. Just a lot of things aligning.
I'm sure that it will get better, but we're trying to say that that's going to cover up the way that I feel about.
I'm not saying it's going to cover it up. I'm just saying
losing a part of me as a father.
That's definitely contributing to the emotional feeling of all this. It's just making it that much more emotional because when you are at home and things are going nutty, whereas you might not feel that way if it was just a calm. Our kids are great, by the way. It's tough ages. But I definitely think you should find your thing that you like doing. We are new to Florida, so we moved here. We've only been here for a few months, so we definitely have community to build, some friends to make. And I don't want to just say it'll happen in the future, but Riker does start kindergarten. He's starting baseball. Presley's kind of getting into dance and cheer next year. So I think we'll meet new people and it'll get better then too.
There's more to it too. I was just thinking about it
Go ahead.
As a girl, you go get your nails done. You go get lip filler. You go get your hair done. You go do those things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
As men, we don't do any of that.
Yeah.
We wake up in the morning early. We deal with crazy kids early morning because they're energetic. And we go to work and then we come home late at night and deal with crazy kids, cook dinner, and right after dinner it's time to put the kids to sleep, and you put the kids to sleep and then you're just too tired at night to do anything. And then when we do have time to do something, it's on the weekends. But what do men do on the weekends? We're fixing something. We're mowing the grass.
But maybe you should find passion in fixing things up. Maybe that could be a passion of yours.
If I'm already doing it, I don't know. If
no,
I'm
not fixing our lights.
Here's the deal. This is what I need. I just need time. I need activities to do, and I just gotta do them instead of coming up with excuses. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, probably should do that. Saturday I should plan something to do Saturday morning. It would help to not have, that long hour job. If you can get out of, the 8 to 5 job, you can start your own business or whatever, to be able to have time to go do what you want or leave work whenever you want to go play around a golf or something, then I think that would benefit a lot.
Right. And it's not to say that we're not working towards that or not going to get there at some point. But we hope to get there at some point.
It's everybody's dream to get out of the rat race.
Well, not everybody. You've talked to some guys before that enjoy.
That's true.
It.
There are people out there that do enjoy the slow lifestyle.
They like the routine.
They do. Yeah, you're right. I forgot that I've talked to people that way. Those out there that are like me, you want to get out of the rat race. You don't want to go to work all the time. You don't want to answer to a boss constantly. You don't want to come home after a long day of work, eat supper, and then start your bedtime routine with your children and see your kids for 2 hours while they eat and bathe.
So I don't know how much of Derek's journey we're gonna be sharing here on my social media, or how we're gonna do this at all. Like we mentioned, this is a very beginning conversation for us. We're still learning about how Derek's feeling and what we're gonna do and how we're gonna change our life, but this is a step in the right direction. I think like getting you more on a mindset where you're planning your weeks and stuff like that would be really helpful. Planning out these activities you want to try, or planning time by yourself or just with me or with Riker or whatever, meeting new people. We got to work on all that. I hope that this video is helpful for anybody watching, whether you're a dad or a mom feeling this way. Thanks for listening for this long, and hopefully you learned something from it, or just saw that we are just real people going through real things. Bye guys. See you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. See you on the next one.
We love you.